Okay, so as you know, several days ago I finished playing. In the top league of the Women's Chess Championship of Kyrgyzstan 2024, and now I'm going to show you the game from the fourth round. I played with white pieces. I won 3 first games from this tournament, and I also managed to win the game from the fourth round. And now I'm going to show you the game. So I think that well, the game was good, but okay, let me show you, and I will be also interested to know your thoughts about the game. So of course I started with c4. My opponent played b6. As far as I remember, I'm trying to remember right now what I was preparing. I think I was expecting from my opponent to play e6 d5 immediately, or d6 knight c6 first, because this is what she was usually playing against opening, starting with d4 as a first move, but she played b6. Okay, I played knight f3, bishop b7, e3. Is b6 uncommon against the English opening? Well, it's I don't even know how to call this opening, but yeah, it's possible. Why not to start with b6? You just develop your bishop via b7, and then it depends. It also depends on white, how white is going to continue, and then I don't know. You still can continue with e6 d5, I think, or you can, I don't know. You can probably do a lot of other things too. Maybe a pleasant part about this b6 bishop b7 is that black quickly develops his bishop to b7, you know, looking at my king side, and I cannot continue with, well, I can continue with knight c3, but I cannot play g3 bishop g2, right? I can play knight f3, but again, I'm not sure that g3 bishop g2 is good. Well, g3 bishop takes f3 possible, but I will have double pawns. Not even sure, but I definitely didn't want to, after bishop b7, I didn't want to develop my bishop this way, so I decided just to continue in the center and play bishop e2 or bishop d3. Bishop plays 6, d3. So we continue this way. Bishop e2, bishop d6. I castled first. Castle, and d4. Knight b to d7. And yeah, and I played knight e5. I thought I have a chance to put my knight on e5 first, so why not to do it? In fact, I think it was. I'm not sure. I'm not a super good, you know, expert in this line, in this setup. But I was thinking that it would be unpleasant if black manages to put your knight first to e4 and then maybe play f5. I didn't want to get a position like this. So when I got a chance to put my knight on e5 first, I decided to use this chance. She played c5, I play here. Maybe I want to put my second knight to f3, but yes, I wanted to put my... I was thinking that maybe it would be good to put my knight on f3, but I wasn't sure that it's good to push f4 first. Because when you push f4, c takes d4 can be played, e takes d4 can be played, and I was afraid that these pawns or these dark squares can be can become my weaknesses. So rook c8, rook c1, game. So I played after rook c8, rook c1, she played queen e7. It was clear that her next move will be rook f to d8. Played knight d to f3, rook f to d8, and I decided to take on d5. It was like, you know, when you look at the position, you think it like it's normal, it's not bad, it's not difficult or anything like that, but at the same time I couldn't really understand how to continue playing, what kind of plan to make, to create. As I mentioned, I was not sure if a plan connected with a f4 move is a good one, f4, and then maybe knight d to f3, because somehow I was afraid. I don't feel very well this type of position, although it looks like a usual position for me, but I didn't feel well. Or maybe I had some thoughts, some memories from my past experience that, you know, I may have some problems, and these problems can be connected with these weak dark squares. That's why I was afraid to push f4. So I played knight to f3, rook f to d8. It was clear that she would play like this, and I knew that I finally need to start doing something. Otherwise, you know, it was not very pleasant to have my queen on the same file with my opponent's rook, because she may start taking on e5 and taking on c4, and I can get into some troubles. That is why I made a decision to take. To start taking myself first. So c takes d5, e takes d5, knight takes d7. Yeah, I thought, okay, my knight's not hanging yet, but yeah, I decided to take knight takes d7, knight takes d7, knight takes d7. Probably she played knight takes d7 in order not to let my second knight to go to e5. I'm not so sure that this was my plan, but okay. As far as I remember, so this was quite a long time ago, it was round number 4. Even, you know, after making these two moves, I still didn't really know how to continue, how to proceed. And I remember that I was thinking about bishop b5 move. I was thinking about bishop d3 and this move I played. I was thinking about something else. Bankinator, hey, hello to my YouTube viewers. But I didn't like bishop b5 because I was thinking that at some point she may play, maybe even immediately, I'm not sure, move like c4. And if I take with pawn, she first plays a6, for example, or maybe if I play bishop b5, she goes back to f6, and then she wants to play c4, and if I take b takes c4, she plays a6, I move back, then she takes my pawn. I didn't want to open this diagonal for her bishop, so that's why I thought, no, bishop b5 is not a very good move. I'm not going to do anything useful on b5 square. That's why I played bishop d3. Knight f6 back, and I played knight e5. Knight e4. Yeah, and I play queen h5. I'm trying to remember right now what happened actually. Yeah, and I played queen h5. Yeah, I remember this move. Probably by playing queen h5, I'm not threatening much, but this, I was just thinking that, you know, I'm not threatening. Maybe she can even play g6, and this is what she played. But I thought, okay, at least it can, you know, she can feel a bit, it can be a little bit unpleasant for her, you know. I'm kind of like attacking something, and I just know when my opponents try attacking me, it feels unpleasant. So I thought, why not to try to do it myself? Yes. The queen h5, she played g6. I played queen h6. Yes. She played queen f8. I remember that at this moment I was even thinking to take her queen. Queen takes f8. She takes, I don't know, with rook, or no, probably with rook is not a very good move. Maybe she takes with king. And then I will I will know for sure that, you know, there are no mating threats anymore, and we will just continue playing less dangerous position. So many possibilities. Yes, it's true that that's why chess is so complicated, because there are so many possibilities and you need to choose among them. Yes. So you need to be able to understand or to feel sometimes which continuation is better. So yeah, not easy. But when she played queen f8, I thought, okay, yes, my first idea was to take on f8, to exchange queens, but then I thought, no, let me try something different. Let me keep this kind of tension on the board, and I played queen h3. She played f5, and this was probably her inaccuracy. It's not a blunder, it's not probably a big mistake, but it's kind of inaccuracy, because I think that because of this move, she got into some troubles a bit later. So I'm going to show you. So she played f5, and by the way, you can also notice by watching Formula 1. Okay, so you can also, if you look at the evaluation bar right now, so it shows like that the position is equal right now, but after this move, it goes up. It means that my position is slightly better right now after this move. And I decide to take. By the way, what do you think? Is it okay? Is it possible to take with this pawn? There are two options, right? So black can take with this pawn or with that pawn. Do you think it is possible to take with pawn from f5? I'm going to tell you. I think that to take with this pawn is really very, very bad, because when just look at the evaluation bar from here to it goes up, because the problem is that I give check queen e6. I was even queen e6. I was even a little bit surprised, because she spent some time thinking on this move. Although maybe she was thinking also about taking on e5, I'm not sure. But I couldn't understand why she's thinking, because f takes e4 was not possible at all because of this move. And if queen f7 is not possible, of course, and if king goes here or here, let's put it here, for example, I think I can just take on c5 first. And now I'm threatening to give checkmate in one move. And bishop also cannot take, of course, because bishop takes e5, I'm attacking the king, and queen g7 is the only move, and it's completely lost. And if pawn takes on c5, then I'm taking on g6, and it's a checkmate, right? Double attack. So it was not possible at all to take with f pawn. So she played d takes e4. I took here. By the way, as far as I remember, computer, I don't know if to give a chance for computer to think a little bit longer, maybe it will change its mind. Now it says d takes e5. I remember that computer was suggesting something else as a first move, but I like d takes e5. I thought that I want to have this whole diagonal for my bishop, and my first thought was, I think, to maybe play knight c4. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to my channel. Hey, Tricassette. But after this move, she can play bishop e7, and if I take right now, she can take with rook, for example, and then she can play bishop f6 and close this diagonal for me, exchange bishops, and you know, no chances to play for a win. That is why I decided to take d takes c5. She took my knight. I took her bishop. Now this diagonal is mine. We have opposite color bishops, but that's okay. Pawn takes on c5. And I play queen g3. My plan is, well, I have maybe several plans. One of my plans is probably to go back with my bishop and then to put my queen on this diagonal. Yeah. Another plan is to push h4, h5 to make a luft and also attack, try to break pawn structure on the king side of my opponent, and also just protect my bishop on e5. She played rook d5, bishop c3 back, also not to allow her to play rook d2, but I was not that much afraid of it. Rook a6 or bishop a6. Actually, at this moment, I was thinking, was it is it better to play rook d1 or just to play a quiet move rook f to e1? It's so much destroyers. Thank you so much for subscribing for 35 months, almost 3 years.
Pawn March
Thank you so
Destroyer
much.
just
Good
resubscribed
morning
for
to you.
35
Hi.
months. Aleksandra, hey, smile.
Hey. Thank you so much. How are you? Good morning. I'm showing right now the game from the 4th round. And okay, the game is coming to an end already soon. So okay, I'm going to continue because few more moves and the game will be over. So she played bishop a6. I was thinking about rook d1 or rook e1, and I still decided to play rook d1 because it was move number 25. We were already in some kind of time pressure already. So I was just, I didn't want to spend too much time thinking. And I think the best for her was to maybe take on d1, rook takes d1, and play rook d8. But she played rook c to d8, and there is a little difference because not sure if you can feel this difference, but I felt this difference because rook c to d8 and I take on d5, she takes on d5, and now it's my turn. Now it's my move. My my side is protected. The first rank is protected. There are no mating threats. My bishop keeps control over this d2 square, so rook cannot move here. This bishop is not attacking anything on this light diagonal, and it was my turn to attack, and I played h4. First of all, I make a luft, right? And second, I want to attack this g6 pawn. So she plays queen e8. I play h5. So good that there are no threats on the board for me, so I can focus on some kind of attack. Bishop d3, this was a completely useless move. I'm not quite sure right now if there was something better for her, a better plan. Computer is recommending queen d7, but it still says that I'm better, plus 0.60. Yeah, maybe some queen d7 was slightly better for her because she wants to play rook d1, exchange rooks, and also one more thing is that her king will be free. So in some case, if I want to attack her king, and give some checkmate, she can always run away. I will not be able to give her checkmate with just one queen and bishop, I think. But she plays this bishop d3 and she blocked this d file for her rook and gave me, more time, more opportunities. So bishop d3, I play queen g5. I probably will not be able to provide comments to some of my moves because this is this queen g5 move is a move number 29, and we were in time pressure, and some of my moves I just try to play fast, and that's why they were probably not super good. So queen g5, queen f7, I go back, she also goes back, Queen c7 right now. Now I'm threatening to give checkmate on g7, so this is a real threat. Rook d7 is not possible because her pawn on c5 will be hanging. So she plays queen d7. I give check. Now there is a like a danger, because if she goes king f7, then I can play king h8, queen h8, attacking h7 pawn, threatening to give check on g7, and so on. So it was difficult for her to calculate all this. So she moved back, queen d8. Now I'm taking pawn on a7, queen d7, queen b8 check, and I go back. Now I'm putting pressure on this pawn on g6, queen e8, I take. If queen takes, then I think she will lose rook after a couple of checks. So she took with pawn and I played queen h4. King f8, I play this move. You know, I like take some space, and at the same time I make a move, and now it's her turn to make a move, and it's more difficult for her to find a good move because her king is in trouble. So she played this move. I moved back. Now I want to give check and checkmate. She goes back, and now I play this super nice move. I really like this move, and this was move number 40. Bishop a3, attacking this pawn, and she played queen a7. And if you didn't see my game, because I shared this game in my Discord, if you didn't see my game, this is a question for you, chat. Why to play? How would you play in this position? Task for you right now. Why to play and find a good move? The real champ, bishop d4 with the same idea before bishop d3 takes rook c8. Bishop d4 with the same idea. Takes rook c8. Nice. I'm going to show you your idea. But again, yeah, your idea can be good. It is maybe interesting, but don't forget that this move, my bishop a3, is a move number 40. Thank you so much for following. This was a move number 40, and we were in time pressure, and I didn't have time in a situation like this. I didn't have a lot of time to make some, you know, a bit complicated moves like this one, because, you know, my first goal was not to make a blunder and to make 40 moves. Thank you so much for following Chess. Yep. Yeah, bishop a3, when I played this move, I also liked it. I am attacking the pawn, and you know, pawn match destroyer. Yeah, I did well. I'm happy with my second place, but at the same time, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like super proud of this of this tournament, because yeah, nowadays kids are good, and if I played like this, if I had such a result in some tournament abroad, I would be super happy. But when I play at home, maybe when I play at home, and maybe this is my problem, I demand too much from myself. Like I want to beat everyone, and that's maybe my problem. That's why I put so much pressure on myself, and I'm always feel so stressed. So let's get back to this position. Yeah, I saw your answers in the chat. Yeah, you're right, and I played bishop takes c5. Nice move. Actually, she resigned after this move because If she takes with the queen, she blunders, he loses her queen. If she takes with rook, then I take her queen with check, she takes, and I take. And I'm in exchange up. I have rook and 2 pawns for a bishop. It's completely winning. I just start pushing the two connected pawns. If no, these pawns, maybe I would need to, you know, spend some time to make this endgame. But with these 2 connected pawns, it's absolutely winning. So she resigned. I also calculated the following continuation. If she takes with queen, and then I will have queen for the rook and bishop, but it was also winning for me completely because of the following continuation. I play queen d8, giving check. She cannot play here because of the check, and I win the rook immediately, so she needs to go to f7. Then I give one more check on d7. The same will happen with her rook if she goes to the dark square f8 or f6. In both cases, I will play queen d6 and I will win this rook. So she will go to g8, and then I give one more check, and she has to move to one of those squares, and then I will just give check and win this rook. So it was winning easily as well. So after bishop takes c5, she just resigned, and I was very happy. Yes, and this was game number 4. After this game, I had 4 out of 4. Of course, I was very pleased with the beginning of the tournament. But round 5 was not successful for me because I lost, and I lost to the one who eventually won the tournament. But I'm going to show you this game next time, not tonight.